All right, so I believe we are good to go here. It is the Thursday edition, the final one of the week for Live Dogs. So far, we're having a really good week. I have no complaints about it. Started off the week 3-0 between Monday and Tuesday, and yesterday made a little bit of money as well. Went 2-2, but luckily we hit the two biggest dogs that we played. So we went up 0.7 units off the picks yesterday. We hit on the Astros and the Cardinals at plus 135 and plus 145. We lost on the Reds, who went into the 13th inning, obviously. Had a couple of chances to score there, but didn't do it. It happens. And then we lost on the White Sox as well. Also, one thing, I should have played the Marlins. I had everything typed out and talked myself out of it yesterday morning right before the show. And they ended up winning. So, I mean, that one hurts because there was a pretty good price on them, too. They were around plus 140, plus 150 in that area. But either way, it was a positive day. And hopefully we can end the week on a strong note here. And I think we got a couple of chances to do it. So I'll get right into it. First one, Cardinals plus 140 versus the Padres. We hit on them yesterday. I'm going to roll with them again today. Adam Wainwright is pitching for the Cardinals, 5-3 this season with a 3.15 ERA and a 1.05 WHIP. Going up against Zach Davies, who went 7-4 this year with a 2.73 ERA and a 1.07 WHIP. Both of these pitchers have nearly identical numbers. You look at it, the ERA is only different by 0.3, and the WHIP only different by 0.02. So, I mean, they're pretty similar pitchers with pretty similar numbers. Not going to put really an edge either way here. And, I mean, since I rolled with these guys yesterday, I'm not going to just repeat all the numbers that I said yesterday. Obviously, they won. If you really want to go check up on the breakdown that I had for this game, you could just watch yesterday's video on YouTube, where I give out all the numbers of the reason why I'm leaning with the Cardinals. Pretty much, they're just similar teams. These guys have even pitchers this game. The bullpens are even, and it's two of the top 10 worst bullpens, two of the top 10 worst offenses in the MLB the last 2 weeks entering the playoffs. So I just think it shouldn't be plus 140. We hit on them at around the same price yesterday. And I think the pitching matchup gives us a reason to go with it again today. So plus 140 for the Cardinals. Hopefully they end this series and we can make a little bit of money on it. And so the second pick for today will be the Marlins at plus 175 versus the Cubs. Weirdly enough, this line was plus 160 last night. I get up this morning and it's moved all the way to plus 175. So interesting there, but that doesn't scare me. Just gives me a better price on something that I was going to go with anyway. Sixto Sanchez, you guys know I'm like the head of the fan club. He's 3-2 this year, 3.46 ERA, 1.21 WHIP. He's got a tough matchup though, going up against Yu Darvish, who's 8-3 with a 2.01 ERA and 0.96 WHIP. So don't get me wrong, the numbers definitely favor Darvish here. I'm not saying Sanchez is better than Darvish, but I think he can be comparable. He's had some good outings. This ERA is actually inflated off of his last two starts. So maybe trending in the wrong direction, but I'll take the whole sample size over the last two starts. So, still, you can give the advantage to the Cubs here in pitching, but you can also go into the batting where, let's face it, the Marlins are the better team because the Cubs have been one of, if not the worst, entering the playoffs. Marlins ranked pretty much middle of the pack, 14th in batting average, 15th on base percentage, 22nd in slugging. Last 2 weeks, obviously. And the Cubs entering the playoffs, maybe the worst hitting team in baseball, 30th in batting average, 25th in on-base percentage, and 29th in slugging. They were last in batting average. I mean, come on. I think that alone, if you're playing a team that's the worst team in batting in the last 2 weeks, I mean, that's a decent sample size, and it's recent. and you're going to give someone plus 175 against them, I think that's reason enough to take that one. But yeah, I think probably the reason why is the bullpens and the pitching overall. Marlins do have a bad bullpen, 27th in ERA, 28th in batting average against, 26th in WHIP, bottom 5 in all those, obviously not great. Cubs, middle of the pack, 15th in ERA, 13th in batting average against, and 18th in WHIP. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, the pitching definitely goes to the Cubs, but the hitting goes to the Marlins. And I think the hitting in this, the difference in hitting outweighs the difference in pitching, in my opinion here. So, I mean, basically, like I said, I love Sixto Sanchez. I think he's really good. He's going up against the worst offense in the MLB right now. And I just don't think the Cubs are going to be able to score enough runs. I think it definitely will be a low-scoring game. Darvish is very good, obviously. But I think the Marlins get this one, get through the series. And I think plus 175 gives you great value on that bet. So we're going to take that. And that's it for baseball, as the AL's wrapped up pretty much all of their series except for one, obviously, with the White Sox and A's. But we do have an NFL pick for the game tonight. And I'm going with the Broncos at plus 105 versus the Jets. I got to be honest, I was pretty surprised to see this line, to see the Jets be the favorites in this game. And I mean, it's 2 0-3 teams, so it's a bad matchup. I get it. Probably not a game that many people really are dying to watch. But let's be real, both these teams just kind of suck. But I think this game comes down to who sucks more. And in my opinion, it's got to be the Jets. If you look at their numbers this season, the Broncos score more per game, allow less points per game. They pass for more yards. The rushing yards are pretty much identical. I think they're like within 4 yards of each other. They allow less rushing yards, though, but they do allow slightly more passing yards. I think they allow like 20 more passing yards per game. But everything else pretty much trends in the Broncos' favor in terms of those types of stats. You break down the resumes. The Broncos have played the Titans, the Steelers, and the Bucks. That's a combined record of 8-1. The Jets have played the Bills, 49ers, and Colts. That's a combined record of 6-3. Still good, but not great. And then when you even look at the score differential in that, the Broncos' score differential over these last 3 games is minus 25, while the Jets is minus 57. The Broncos have actually been competitive in 2 games. I wouldn't be like, they realistically could be 2-1 right now, but the Jets haven't really been competing at all this season. They haven't really been in any games. And I mean, I'm like I said, I just don't get the line here. The Jets have no Le'Veon. Frank Gore is their new lead back. Their top receiver right now is Braxton Berrios. So, I mean, come on there. I mean, let's be real. The Jets just are not a good football team. The Broncos, maybe not good, but they're better than this. I mean, I don't know. That's really all I have to say about this game. I'm surprised the Broncos are underdogs, even if it is only plus 105. I think they should be favorites. So we're going to roll with them here tonight. And that's all I got for the picks today. One thing I will say, I was close to picking the Reds again today. I didn't end up doing it, but I do want to say if they go to Game 3, I think bet them whatever the line is. They'll probably be underdogs like they were in the first 2 games. I would assume it would be the same in Game 3. I think that Sonny Gray is pitching, who I'm a fan of, and the pitching matchup definitely trends in their favor in Game 3 if it reaches there. Obviously a big if, but I won't be here Friday to give you that one, so I just wanted to throw that out there now. And yeah, so like I said, that's all I got. I think it is a decent day of sports. Maybe not what it was yesterday with 8 playoff games. That was hard. And yeah, so I mean, that's all I got for you guys. Obviously, good luck on everything. I will not be back tomorrow. I'll be doing my UFC show, and you can tune in at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. So where I preview the UFC card this weekend. So be sure to tune in for that. And yeah, so hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. If not, I'll see you next week. As always, good luck on your picks, and I'll see you guys then.